Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
It's Just Ask GiGi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's Gigi and Tom.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Just Ask GiGi. My name is Tom Alexander, and as always, I am joined by the one, the only. Hey, wow, look at that. It is, of course, Gigi Stetler. It is, hey, Gigi, and of course, we have a new member of the family, our new mascot who just woke up. I could see the yawning. Why don't you tell everybody who that is?
This is Keo.
Hey, Keo.
Keo, he's 9 weeks old, and he's so cute. He's up. This is probably my last week of being able to pick him up because I've had him 9 days now, and when I first got him, he was easy to pick up.
Yeah.
So I think he's gained probably and grew already in 9 days, like
Right.
10 pounds, because he's
They'll pile it on quick in the beginning, right? That's
and he plays hard.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can get a really good look at him.
All right. Hey, all right, that's a good look. Hey there.
Go say hi to Tom.
Hey.
No, now he's gonna eat all the papers.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good look. Right there we go. Beautiful.
Okay.
Wow, what
Well, he's
a
gotta go to
beautiful dog. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and I think you said this on one of your Facebook posts, but he kind of almost has a face like a bear, like a bear cub. You know.
Well, he's actually when I put him down, he is he's an Akita also, just like Yuki was, and they have the identical markings. I'll bring a picture of Yuki over in a minute. All right, he's leaving.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, so now he'll go off and to destroy something.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, at that point, just 9 weeks old, they start to get, they get into a lot of things. They're just kind of
I
figuring
haven't had
out
a puppy. I haven't had a puppy, and I can't even tell you how long, like so long.
Yeah.
And the whole puppy training thing is not going so well. And
Well, Yuki was a rescue, right?
Yuki was a rescue, and I got him like he was between 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
and I mean totally housebroke and mannered and obedient, and just she was amazing. And
Right. Yeah.
so like I said, I normally always get rescue dogs, so I'm gonna see how this goes. But I'm fascinated with the breeds. It's such an intelligent breed, and the Akita dog, they choose you. You don't choose them, and kind of like cats, but they're unbelievably loyal. Yuki was so loyal, and so hopefully I get some of those traits out of Keo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it looks like you're off to a good start there. It looks like a very happy dog and comfortable with you. So that's a good thing. Good way to kick it off. So, and a good way to kick off the show, by the way. All smiles, and that's a good thing. But obviously, we have to also tackle things that are
I know.
a challenge.
Back to reality.
Back to reality.
Back to reality. All right.
Okay. So sorry to bring down the proceedings, but so
All good.
But you've got some news. You've got some news regarding Camping World.
Well, we've been working hard here at HQ and around. So we've kind of got a big legal team behind us now that has actually just recently filed a lawsuit against Camping World in federal court in Chicago. And so our team of lawyers are going to join with their team of lawyers and put together, let's say we call it a mass action, not a class action, but a mass action.
Mhm.
And so we want to welcome all Camping World horror stories and bad experiences, and anyone that needs legal representation or legal help or assistance or anything, to reach out to us at, I guess we'll send them at the moment to info at RV Advisor.
Or at the RV Advisor. Info at the
Yeah,
RV Advisor.
and send the inquiries there, and then we will sift through them and get you all signed up. But we, it's all strength in numbers. So we'd like to put 30 to 40, if not more, in each complaint, and just keep hitting them until, we get some resolution, because as the RV business is booming, and Camping World is running out of inventory, that's only one thing that could be happening, is we have more victims. So, and I'm getting busier.
Yeah.
So
it's unbelievable how, the thing that's amazing is that we find so many people. It's not just every now and then, but just a steady stream of people that have complaints and have had poor experiences with Camping World. And it's they've got to know this. Don't they want to fix this? It's like they've got to know that they're, I've heard the same, we can certainly say this because we're not telling any tales out of school here, but even when people complain about Comcast as being such a difficult, service.
but you're not giving them your life savings, and depending
you're not doing that. This is a whole other ball game. And yet,
right.
And you would think that companies like that, Comcast and certainly Camping World, would say, take some inventory, self-inventory, and say, we got to fix this. But they're not fixing it, are they?
No, and the reason is because they've set themselves up to be too big to fail. So if we don't fix that part of it, we've allowed that to happen.
Right.
We've allowed it to happen because we're always, as consumers, we're always looking for the best price, and and they have this they have an enormous buying power.
Mm-hmm.
And not that it gets always passed off to the customers, but I've personally lost sales at my personal dealership, to Camping World, because customers want to save that extra $1,000 or $2,000,
Mm-hmm.
and they go and then they come back begging me for service, and I can't fix something that, we're not obligated to fix anything under warranty, nor do we get paid to fix anything under warranty that we didn't sell. So that's the problem. So we as consumers must stop, take a deep breath, and stop looking for the best price. Because the best price, I assure you, is not the best price. And that's, and we as a whole, and as a team, and RV Advisor members, and RVACA.org, we all need to step up and do something, and you use our voice, and not allow them to be too big to fail, because they don't need to do anything. They don't have to do anything, because they've got all the strength and all the numbers. So we've got to break them at the knees.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
They have 60% of the market share. That's way too high. Way too high.
Yeah.
And these little stores, the mom and pop stores out there, are the ones that are the bread and butter, the ones that are gonna, help you when you really need help.
Right.
So, support them. Go to your local dealer.
Yeah, buy local, as we say. It's definitely the way to go.
I just a few minutes ago had a customer reach out to our law firm and begging for a lawyer right this instant, because they bought a brand new motorhome from Camping World, and this is a perfect example. They had the same RV at their local dealership, and I didn't get into price, but that dealer had it, and it was a brand new unit. It had like 8,900 miles on it, and it was maybe 25 or 30 miles from where they live.
Yep.
They probably found an internet price and drove all the way to Chattanooga, Tennessee, whatever, which was, I don't know how many hours, days, whatever it took to get there, and bought this same camper from Camping World. And because they promise, and on the bottom of the ad, it says, Marcus Lamone is sitting there saying, if you're not happy, we're not happy, I'm not happy, and here's my personal cell phone number. You're a VIP when you buy from me, and da 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 da. So they told this guy that he can get service at any one of the Camping World stores, anywhere in the country, and this and that. So he bought it, drank the Kool-Aid, and whatever, drove over there, picked up the RV, drove it back to wherever he was going, and I don't know, within a very short period of time, the check engine light came on, and he pulled over to the shoulder, and he called Good Sam, and they towed him to one place. They wouldn't take him. Then they had towed him to another place, and by the second or third place that he went to, they opened up the hood, and there's no oil cap on the engine, and there's no oil in the engine.
Hey. Wow.
So,
yeah.
I mean, and now nobody wants to help them, and they may have a problem because they could avoid the warranty for Ford because there's no oil in the engine.
Right.
And, it's just, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I would bet anything that the reason they drove all the way to Chattanooga, Tennessee, I can't say that, but to Tennessee was because they probably saved a few $1,000s. And now where did that get them? They need to pay for a lawyer.
Yeah. Well, the old saying, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And that's a perfect example right there.
Yes,
buyer
this just
beware.
happened minutes ago, and that's why I brought it up, because they left that part out about why they didn't buy it from the local dealer, about price, which I'm sure, because that's exactly what happens when somebody comes here and then they drive, to Fort Myers 4 hours away or whatever, and save a few thousand, I'm sure. But one thing you guys have to understand is that the big box retailers, just like Walmart, how they could sell something for less money than Ace Hardware or, the little hardware store, is because of their buying power. It doesn't make the product any better or this and that. I mean, yes, of course, a store like Walmart, they have a return policy, and, that part is great, but that's not the way it is in our industry. So the little dealers don't have that buying power. So it's not like they're just trying to make more profit, but they have, they don't have the buying power. So they're not getting all the discounts that Camping World may be getting from the manufacturers.
Yeah.
So it's not, they may be making the same profit, but they also, have overhead, and sometimes depending on location of cost of real estate, differs from one store to another. So those are things that you have to take into consideration. And what you're getting for those few $1,000s. You need to stop and ask the question of the dealer that's charging you a few $1,000s more. Right. What am I getting if I pay this $2,000 or $3,000 more? What more am I getting than what I would get from that big box retailer? And that might answer your questions, because those things are very, very important, and people really have to stop. We're I'm going to say not a creature of habit, but we're allowing this to happen. We're allowing them, we're giving them this market share.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have to stop.
Yeah, it does. No question about that. Well, speaking of questions, and we have a couple questions for you on Just Ask GiGi. Let's do that on the flip side. This is Just Ask GiGi. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. The ACA is a charitable organization protecting the rights of RV owners. With your help, we'll work with dealers and manufacturers to ensure quality controls in place prior to delivery of an RV. Additionally, the RVACA provides assistance to disaster relief victims. Visit rvaca.org. We are back on Just Ask GiGi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and of course now is the portion on the program when we ask questions, we ask your questions and learn a little something we didn't know from you, Gigi. So here we go. James writes, "Hi, Gigi. I'm planning to purchase a Class C Winnebago 26D this winter in anticipation of retiring next summer. The range of dollars of money is boggling. We will be newbies. How do I negotiate the best deal on my new or lightly or slightly, I think he means, used rig with a Murphy bed?"
Well, first make sure that that's what you want, a Murphy bed. And if a couple of things, I would rent. I would try to find one on RV Share or Outdoorsy to rent one with the Murphy bed, just to make sure that you're okay with that, situation. And then, and if you're going to purchase, when did he say, Tom, that he was going to purchase?
He was going to get it this winter with the anticipation of retiring next summer.
Okay, so here's a big question. A lot of people purchase in the winter. I guess maybe dealers advertise, winter pricing and stuff like that. They buy them and then they immediately get them winterized and put them in storage. That's not the wisest idea. So if you're not going to use the RV until May, and I know, there's sometimes year-end model closeouts and stuff like that. Maybe either purchase a little closer to your retirement time, or if you are going to purchase this winter, buy it really quickly so that you could use it prior to putting it in storage, get all the kinks out of it before you put it in storage, and winterize it and stuff like that. And as far as negotiating the best price, make sure you listen to the first portion of our show of what I just went through about the best price, and work with your local dealer, and I will help you. You can hire me at GPS service, and I will help you and guide you every step of the way to make sure that your contract is in order and they're not, there's no tricks and things like that, which do happen. But you definitely sound like you could probably need my services for that, but do rent just so you can narrow down and make sure that floor plan is exactly what you want with a Murphy bed.
Yeah, excellent idea. We have next question from Sherry, and Sherry writes, she wants to know about awnings, and she's saying, likes to put awnings up. Do you have any brand names of awnings or style of awnings that you prefer for outside activity?
Electric. Everything is electric now. Carefree makes a great awning. It's pretty much almost the only game in Dometic, and Carefree are the only game in town anymore. But if you have an older coach and you're not wired for electric or 12 volt, you could get that done. That's easily done, wiring it for electric. I highly recommend that because the old style awnings, A&E and Carefree that had the arms and this and that, they're very hard to manage. So there really is not one better than, A&E is probably the best, which makes electric awning as well. So, but I would look into an electric awning and just make sure, and then try to get the aftermarket rain sensor and wind sensor so that it goes up or away when the weather changes, so you don't lose it, because it's an expensive awning.
Yeah. Well, that's, again, very good advice. So there you go. Well, thank you, James, and thank you, Sherry. And if you have any questions, for Gigi, if you have any questions, by all means, write in, and you can do that at info@thervadvisor.com. That's info@thervadvisor.com, and we'll make every effort to get your questions answered by the expert herself, Gigi Stetler. And also want to remind folks about the rvaca.org. As we always do, we want to let you know that you can register your vehicle there, your unit, and it is the it's rvaca.org. That's where you can go. And of course, that's also where you can go to lend a hand. And what does that mean? Well, we're still fighting COVID on the front lines. Our medical personnel are out there working, and could use the isolation. It's kind of critical with all the hard work they're doing, right?
And don't forget about our RV for Autism.
Yes, yes, absolutely. There's that as well.
Yeah, we could
And
use some funding in that department because we've got so many inquiries of families that would love to take their autistic child on a camping trip for a week. So throw some money in that pot because we really would like to help those families. It's been very enlightening for our friends John and Mercedes with Sage, and
yep,
you know,
that's
having
the RV odd couple, to let folks know.
yes, and Sage calls the RV that I had given to them, she calls it the Gigi Mobile. So it's so cute, and
Great.
you know, it has bunk beds and stuff. So she's so excited. But it's really, John and Mercedes said it's really helping that she's you know, going to different places and seeing different things, and but still having the familiarity of her bed. But you know, they're going everywhere. I mean, they're actually going to head to Colorado on the 1st of October on a journey with the Gigi Mobile. So anyway, and we would love for other families to be able to do that as well, because it really is a good therapy.
Yeah.
Good therapy for autism.
Yep. Yep. It absolutely. And again, it's the RVAC. It's RVACA. I want to say but it's just RVACA.org. RVACA.org. That's where you can either donate to either one of those causes, or again, if you have an RV that you'd like to lend out in helping the folks on the front line with COVID, you can do that. It can be a temporary loaner, and that would be fantastic as well. RVACA.org. Well, Gigi, for another week, it is always great to see you and chat. And we've been doing this remotely for, it seems like, forever now.
I know. Enough is enough, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you. But we'll see where all this goes here in South Florida. Well, the whole state of Florida. They've reopened the bars and restaurants, and we'll see where that leads us. It's a little scary, but
very scary.
Oh yeah, hopefully, you know, I suspect we're going to see a change in numbers. I hope.
Yeah.
We'd like to think they're going to go down, but I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, done for another week. We will see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook. Thanks, Gigi. It was a lot of fun.
Yay.
All right. For Gigi Stetler, I'm Tom Alexander. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You listen to the podcast, you watch this. Okay, we'll figure it all out. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
All right, bye.